It's celebration time in West London. Blue is the colour everywhere you look this bank holiday Monday. The Fulham Road, the King's Road and all the rest are renamed Coronation Street today. Yesterday brought the medals and the trophy. Now it's time to salute Chelsea, the champions of England.
Oscar, oh, that is magnificent. John Terry, who heads it into the net. Brilliant passing, sets Fabregas for two. What a wonderful goal.
And look who's got it. Didier Drogba with the near post header. Ivanovic, oh, hello. Ramirez, oh, look at that. From Willian again. And look what it means. Has he got the skill to finish it off? I think he might have. Loic Remy, thank you very much.
It's El Mohammadi, it's a good save from Courtois, Livermore, and another one, Ramirez, and a third for the hat-trick, Thibaut Courtois. Right into the bottom corner from Diego Costa. Remy, Loic Remy is in. Matic looking for Remy, 3-1. Perfect way to finish things off. Chelsea are the Premier League champions for 2015.
15 minutes or so from now, 3 open-top buses with the whole first-team squad and all the backroom staff plus families and the academy boys, complete with loads of silverware, will head out of the bridge. They'll make their way east along the Fulham Road. Quick sandwich in Tesco's, then they turn right onto Hortensia Road. At the end of that, it's the King's Road, then the new King's Road, before they make their way through the fans that are lining the streets here today and making their way to the final point of today's parade, Eelbrook Common. And here we are. Chelsea will park their buses wherever they want because the roads are closed today. We've got roving reporters out and about in and amongst it all out there. And here at base, I've got Pat Nevin and Frank Sinclair. Pat, everyone can relax. Finally, there's no game next week. Just enjoy the day, yeah? Fans, players and everybody.
It is fantastic because that is the exact word that I've been thinking about, relaxation, because the tense feeling you get all the way through the season really eats into you. And then at the end of the season, usually it's to the last day or very close to it. We've actually had a couple of weeks now where we're feeling relaxed and enjoy it. And that was the feeling yesterday, and it's certainly the feeling today. Joyful relaxation.
It's the first parade in 3 years, Frank, but generally speaking in the last decade, the fans have been spoilt really, enjoying this time and time again.
Oh yeah, when you think of over 10 years or so, without a shadow of a doubt. But, you know, it's 5 years since we've lifted this trophy, and 5 years a long wait, really, for a club of our size. And obviously, the last time we had a big special day like this was winning the Champions League, which, you know, I was here to be a part of, and it's a fantastic day, and, you know, the supporters are here to really enjoy themselves and you know, just show, you know, their support to the players and staff and everybody involved.
You might remember if you were watching that day, Frank was getting hit on the head with a lot of celery. We have the protection today with the tent. Nice to sign off with a win yesterday, Pat. I know it didn't really mean anything for Sunderland because they were happy, they were safe, Chelsea were already champions, but having gone behind, I mean, to win 3-1, brilliant. It was a cracking game.
Well, there is something to be said about, you know, enjoying the last moment and not having any clouds over it at all. And, you know, whether it was literal or metaphoric, there were no clouds at all because we got the 3 goals. Playing with a bit of fluency, a bit of openness. I was really delighted for Loic Remy. He's waited and he's taken his chances when they've came just now. But JT, he's enjoyed that moment time and time before. But I think the star of the show was Didier to some degree yesterday. He was absolutely loving every second of it and milking every second of it. And you know what? He's got the right to do that, you know, because he really played his part this season, and he's played his part throughout his Chelsea career. He's been one of the legends of not only this club, but of the game as well. And boy, did he show everybody else how to enjoy themselves.
I dare say we'll be talking a little bit more about him later on in the show, and I imagine he and John Terry as well will be grabbing the microphone when they're up on the bus over there, about half an hour or so from now. We have, though, as I mentioned, got people out and about, and we're going to go and see one of them now. Lee Parker and Jason Cundy have been hobnobbing out under the bridge.
Thanks very much indeed. We're outside under the bridge for a pre-parade party. Easy for me to say. I've got a very special guest alongside me, as you can see. Cesar Azpilicueta. First of all, how was last night, and was yesterday the perfect end to what was a pretty good season?
Yeah, obviously, it was a good way to end the season at home with our fans with a win. Hopefully, next year we'll be in the same situation.
You said it was a fantastic atmosphere at the bridge, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think we were looking forward to getting the trophy in our hands, and it was an amazing afternoon at the bridge.
And a wonderful send-off for a legend, Didier Drogba.
Yeah, what can I say? I think Didier gave a lot for the team. I think every Chelsea fan has in his mind the penalty against Bayern that made history for the club, and after this, all the goals, everything, the trophy that he has won is amazing. What he has gave to the team and what he means for everybody. So, just I will wish luck for the future, and hopefully see him in as soon as possible in Chelsea again.
It was a lovely touch to carry him off the pitch after half an hour. Was that something that you boys had planned ahead of that?
Yeah, we planned on. I think he deserves was the minimum that we could do to show him respect and thanks, because I think he helped a lot to everybody and he's a fantastic person.
And finally, tell us how much you're looking forward to the parade today. Fantastic opportunity, I guess, to say thank you to all those fans.
Yeah, it's a good way to share the cups and to share the special moments together, and obviously, hopefully it's a good afternoon from everybody.
Hopefully so. Cesar, I'll let you get back inside for a glass of bubbly. Okay. Thanks for your time. Congratulations on a great season. As you can see, he's ready to go. The players are ready to go. Let's have a look at what we've got here. There are 3 buses ready for this parade. One there for all the members of the family, friends and family. This is the one I'll be on a bit later, actually. This is for the all-conquering youth team. What a season the boys at the academy have had. And if you follow me this way, this is the first team bus. This will be the one you'll see that'll park up at Ilbrook Common a little bit later. Sure to be a fantastic atmosphere. I'm speaking to some people inside, by the way. They're anticipating anything up to 100,000 fans. That will be something very special. Still early doors. Not expecting too many people on here just yet, but follow me. We'll have a quick nose around. Plenty of flags and memorabilia to be thrown to the fans here. Follow me up the stairs. Mind your feet. I can hear somebody. I can see somebody. Look at this lunatic. Jason Cundy, no less. Hello, Jace.
Hello,
have you, early doors. Have you been to bed yet?
I have been to bed, yes. I was at the players' party afterwards. And I went home as a good boy. We had a meeting at 7:30 to prepare for what's going to be a massive, brilliant day for Chelsea fans.
How much are you looking forward to? It should be fantastic.
It's been a long time, you know. You think about the league, 5 years ago, 2010 we won the double. It's been a long time. I know we won the Champions League in 12, but to bring this baby home, it's something special to say you're champions of your own country. Speaking
to people inside, they're expecting anything up to 100,000 fans. It's going to be incredible, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I'll be at Ilbrook Common, of course. Speak to JT and 1 or 2 of the boys. I'm sure that'll be bedlam. I know a lot of Chelsea fans. Even when I was coming in this early, I could see some Chelsea fans dotted around. It's going to be a great day. The weather looks like it's going to hold up as well. I can't wait, Lee. It's been a long time coming. Bank holiday Monday as well, so there should be a huge amount of people.
Should be a fantastic afternoon all round. Jason hasn't bought his megaphone, but he's loud enough. You should be able to hear him. Should be a fantastic day. Enjoy it.
And there'll be much more with Cundy and Lee, and we've got Alex Aljo out there as well today. Parade time. The songs have started, Pat. I don't know how long they're going to be here. Probably all day.
Yeah, it's a lively day. They started arriving here really early before. When walking along, you know, they talk about 9 o'clock. Actually, I flew in over the centre of the city this morning. You can see actually people walking along, and that was like 9 o'clock this morning, 8:30. So everyone's been building up. I'm just delighted it's such a beautiful day. It's really warm, and everyone will come up and have a little bit of a party. It seems a lovely, relaxed atmosphere. We talked about the relaxation. Something else jumped in my mind, the tension, the lack of tension, because all the way through the season we've got these 2-1s and 3-2s, etc. But these guys, the tension is gone. Look at them. It's totally and utterly... OK, Didier looks relaxed most of the time anyway, but they just look at one with the world.
Making their way onto the bus as we speak at the bridge. Frank, probably wasn't like this in 2000 or whenever it was with Leicester, was it?
No, but I do remember '97 very well when we won the FA Cup for the first time in many years at Chelsea. I know what the mood of the players are. Relief of winning something. Again, for these guys, most of them have won stuff before. Apart from obviously the new players that have come into the club this season. So they'll be loving it now. Like Pat's mentioned there before. The tension of we've had the tension all season because we've been top of the league and been the ones that everyone's been chasing all season long. That is energy, the nervous energy that you're burning for the 9 months of the season that they're playing for, stroke nearly 10 months. So credit to them. Time for them to enjoy themselves and relax.
And they'll be doing that. They'll be getting on that bus just about now. Out there in and amongst the supporters, we have Alex Aljo. Here she is.
Well, the atmosphere is really building here on the Fulham Road. Around 70,000 fans are expected to come here to see the champions from all over the country. Let's go and chat to some of them. So you've come well prepared?
I brought my celery. Yeah.
Planning on throwing it, anyone?
Yeah, I'm hoping to get. No, I don't want to hurt anybody with it. But I'm hoping to get it in the old pass, because they might get hungry on the way round.
And highlight of the season?
Highlight of the season. Probably the weekend we won the Carling Cup, and then the following week we beat 1-1 the other way. I think it was, or 1-0 at home, and I think that's when we West Ham. Yeah, West Ham was, and I think that was the week I knew we were going to win the league again.
Well, I've known ever since the start of the season. So
start of the season, when Jose came back, we knew we were going to win the league.
Player of the season?
Player of the season for me, John Terry.
Eden Hazard.
Yeah. Eden Hazard, but John Terry, leader, legend, great man. He deserves the celery today. Celery, celery. We've all seen the next bit.
Is this the first parade you've been to, or have you been before?
We are veterans. We've been to many at Chelsea. 3 years ago was a great one when we were champions of Europe.
Yeah. And how did you feel when John Terry lifted that trophy yesterday?
Fantastic, yeah. He's born to lift these trophies.
And Jose, another successful season for him.
Again, we'll keep him for another year.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Where have you come from today? Have you come from far?
From Peterborough, 2 hours away. It took us ages to get there.
How do you feel? Champions again?
I feel over the moon, to be honest with you. I can't believe it.
And what was your best moment this season?
Didier Drogba last game yesterday. Unbelievable.
Players like Oscar, not been a title winner before. Players like, even Gary Cahill's now got the clean sweep. He's won everything now, hasn't he? And Cesc Fabregas, I keep thinking of him. 9 years at Arsenal, 1 FA Cup medal, 9 months at Chelsea, a League Cup and a Premier League.
Well, there you go, and that's the big thing about when you join Chelsea, you join for a reason.
And he said that, didn't he?
Yeah,
he said he had a 10-minute chat with Mourinho, and that was enough.
Regardless of where you've been before or where you're coming from, you come to Chelsea, you've got a good chance of winning things. And that's been the case over the last 10 years at the football club. Like you said, Ben, we've had a clean sweep of everything now at the football club, and some of the guys have got everything. Some of the guys that have just come have picked up 2 trophies in 1 season. I remember Gary Cahill's first season at the club, and he won 2 trophies, and he couldn't believe it. And I spoke to him afterwards, and he comes to the club generally to win things, but to win them so quickly and settle so quickly is something that is, that the boys have to get used to, because it's a demanding club now.
Do you know, I'm watching it go by there, then. They go by the statue of Ozzy there, and people like, Didier, he's got to have a little look over there and see the history of the club. And I'm delighted we'll just pass by the West Stand there, going out onto the street there. It gives the lads a little moment together to celebrate it together as a group of guys together, and then the kind of wall noise will hit them and share it with the fans, because there's been a lot shared with the fans over the last few weeks. Even at West Brom, there was a great link in between the fans and the players that day. There has always been, but that was a special moment, and also Jose as well.
Frank, in previous generations, there was probably, I guess, a less individual nature to footballers. You probably, you did go out more, you socialised probably together more. Nowadays, it's probably a little more solitary lifestyle than people might think. But last night, they stayed together at the hotel, they got up, they all had breakfast together. They're doing this. You don't actually do an enormous amount of, non-football related activity as a group. So this is special stuff.
I mean, obviously with social media and stuff like that nowadays, everybody's got a camera, and everybody's media really. So you have to be double careful with what you do and how much you celebrate yourself, because obviously, you're representing the football club at all times, regardless of where you are. So, I think JT, he leads them in that way, in the right way. They go out together, they take their wives, girlfriends, etc., and they'll do things very privately, but have that time to to know, bond with players, players that join the club. You've got to know what they're like. You've got to know what gets them up. You've got to know what gets that little bite in their game when it's needed. And sometimes you have to do that away from the football club to learn about how people are. And when you get that right, this is the outcome.
Well, the Wags are on board as well, by the way. That is Peter Crouch on camera, as you can tell from there. Pat, also, I know it's mainly about the Premier League, but we do want to talk about the kids too. The Academy boys, champions of Europe, Youth Cup winners again, and what must it feel like for them? They're probably sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, well, there's 16, 17, 18-year-old boys doing this in front of this many people. And
again, it's something that, I've never done it. My whole career never managed to have, an open bus tour and go through this. And it's something you love to have, you'll never take away from you. Something that you would think in that last bus to the middle bus, do you know what? One day I want to be in the front bus. Yeah. That's what you want to do. That's always what you think. Surprise, surprise, vegetation is on show, as it always is. At these events. I'd see that the lads that haven't been through this before, they'll be looking at going,
what is this? Why are they throwing celery at me?
Let's not probably go into too much detail of the reason for it, but oddly, there are great moments and great landmarks as we go past here. As the helicopter shows here from this angle, we're going to go past the Butcher's Hook in a minute, aren't we? On the right-hand side here, which is, right at the start of it all, on the right-hand side there, where Chelsea was started up, say. And it's just good to see those numbers. And you'll notice there down the side streets, people are nicking down there because they're going to get to New King's Road and they'll be able to see the players again as they come round the other way, because it's a loop round that they will do down the right-hand side there. I know my geography around here. I used to live round here when I actually played for Chelsea. But it's great that everyone's got a chance to see the trophy and a chance to see the players, because everyone couldn't get in. They wanted to get into that last game. Those tickets were gold dust, those last few games, because we were a pure celebration.
People have been at the front there for a very long time. I walked across Ilbrook Common, in fact, about 6:45 this morning, and there were already some people out there on the roads. The Common itself was empty. Brilliant shots here. I was just getting my bearings like you. Yeah, so they'll be off towards Tesco right now, just about. And Frank, just special times, I guess, that the fans, we mentioned earlier, getting a little bit spoilt in a way by the trophies. They had more trophies than years under Roman so far.
I'll tell you one thing that will be definitely happening. The players that this is happening for the first time, I remember the first time we had, obviously, this similar route when we won the FA Cup. And you don't expect the amount of people to be here that are here. And you're gobsmacked. You're on the coach, and
this is 1997.
This is 1997.
And that's after 27 years of not winning anything.
27 years of not winning anything. You kind of, before you get on the bus and when you leave the ground, you kind of think, okay, there's going to be a few bodies there and whatever. But when you hit the main streets and you see the actual amount of people that have come to show their support, it really does hit you, and it takes you.
It does hit you.
Yeah.
The celery hits you in the head.
Nathan got a hit there, didn't he? Nathan Aki got a bit of a hit there. It's such a laugh. Funnily enough, they're all laughing their heads off. Maybe in another 3 quarters of an hour, they might not be laughing quite as much of it, but oddly enough, what other club has that as a relationship, a weird relationship?
I can't think of any, but West London has definitely sold out of celery because it is raining hard.
Do you know, is it intriguing? I was talking the other day, I was up at the training ground and I was talking to Fabregas, and we take it for granted that, someone who's done so much in the game for him, won a lot of trophies, not so many at Arsenal, but obviously he had his fair share when he was over at Barcelona.
And he did all right for Spain.
Yeah, but not bad, but this is one that was missing. This is absolutely one that was missing. And people do, any footballer throughout the world sees this as one of the top trophies in world football. If you win the Champions League, if you win the World Cup, and maybe a Spanish La Liga, another one on that list is the Premier League title. You want to have that. And Cesc was hyper excited about it. I've really enjoyed watching Cesc as much as anyone else. Have a look if you get a chance. The moment just after we won the title, right at the end of the game, final whistle was blown and everyone celebrated. If you ever get a chance, look at what Cesc does at that moment. He sits down and he just gets inside his own head and thinks, God, I've done it. I have done what I've really wanted to do for such a long time. And you could tell in that moment how much it meant to him. I suspect he's not sitting quietly. Here's Jason.
I don't know. I think this is brilliant. I think for the new guys who's been here, I think it's fantastic. But we had to win trophies, and I'm happy after 10 years that I've been here, we're still winning trophies, which is fantastic.
What do the new guys think of all the celery that's coming on? They must be thinking they're enemies out there.
I know, right? I mean, they're our fans. I mean, they should be like celebrating, not trying to kill us, but...
And where can this squad go, John? I mean, it's a wonderful squad. It's still a young squad.
Yeah.
There's still more to come.
No, yeah, definitely. I think there's lots of young players coming in as well into the team, and the manager is willing to give them their chances. So,
thank you very much, John. Cheers.
And you can expect mayhem like that basically for the next 45 minutes or so, as long as everyone can see. I hope the driver doesn't get it. Frank, what about those academy boys then? You come up through the ranks. I bet you were never thinking about getting on a bus and driving past 50, 60, 100,000 people?
It's a great experience for them, and it's a great taste as well of, you know, if you can make the grade and play at this football club for 10 years like John Terry's just done, plus, then you've got a hell of a chance of getting a lot of trophies, a lot of medals, you know, under your belt. And it's really important, and we can't take, you know, for granted the success that they've had over the last 5 years. And again, this season, again, the trend has been winning stuff. Won the Europa League, won the FA Youth Cup again. The standard is just top. It's top draw without a shadow of a doubt. And now we're starting to see little glimpses of them playing games, you know, towards the back end of the season. And that's what you want to see, because there's two sorts of success at youth level. There's winning things and there's getting in the first team. And for me, getting in the first team is the major success, and that's the hardest thing to do. But, you know, there's a lot of talented youngsters at the football club. Very difficult to get in the first team. They're certainly good enough, and they will show eventually when they get the chance.
Andreas Christensen got another go yesterday, Pat. He actually played in central midfield, funnily enough, which is where he plays and has played for a couple of years for Denmark's under-21s. Obviously, we've seen a bit of Ruben. He's sort of been the headline maker. Izzy got a little go. Dom Solanke got a little go.
Yeah, and, you know, everybody knows that it's not easy, as Frank says. And do you know what? If it was easy, we'd be worried about it, because that means that we weren't good enough at the top level. Do you know another thing about those trophies that the youngsters are showing just now? Do you remember the first trophy that Jose won with Chelsea? It's the League Cup.
Yeah, Feb 05.
Winning trophies gets to be a habit. And you know what? If they're starting young, you come out the first time and you suddenly feel, actually, that's what we do. We win trophies. And, you know, it's not a kind of fear. You don't come into a competition, whatever the competition, and thinking, we might win this, or we've got a chance of winning this. You think, we should win this. So it's a totally different mindset. Yeah. That's been bred into these kids really, really young, and that makes a big, big difference in the psychology. If you're a guy that's going through your whole career and you have never won anything from all the way through, it's hard to change that. It's a psychology. It's built in very early around here.
Right, back to the bus then for one world-class centre-half and another centre-half.
Gary, since you've been at this club, you won absolutely everything. How does this rank compared to the others?
Well up there, well up there. I spoke before saying how hard it is to win games in the Premier League, never mind obviously the consistency you need to win a league. I've been playing in it many years now, and obviously the first time I've ever won it, so I know how hard it is. It feels amazing, absolutely amazing.
And what about the crowds? I mean, there's plenty of celery coming on this bus.
No, it reminds me of obviously when we did the Champions League one was exactly the same. I don't know what it's about, but loads of celery everywhere, ducking more than you are waving, I think, so we're so good.
Brilliant. And where does this squad go? Oh! Joe, where can this squad go now, Gary? It's still a very young squad.
Hopefully in the same vein as what we've done this year. You know, it's the first time we've won anything as a newish group. So hopefully we can go from strength to strength. Like you said, the young players here, so they've got many, many years left at the club. Hopefully we can go on and win many more things.
Enjoy your summer.
Thank you.
Gary Cahill there. You probably imagine a lot of people out there that footballers are quite sort of distant types, and you know, a little bit starry, a little bit big time, and of course every now and then you do get a few of them, naming no names per Singwa. But Gary Cahill, one of the good guys, Frank Sinclair, and you know him obviously very well from your time together at Burnley when he was coming through. Yeah,
he played his first ever professional game alongside me, and he was that good at that age that he got thrown into a fourth round of the FA Cup against Liverpool for Burnley. We're playing in the Championship at the time. He comes in and plays centre-half. I move to right-back.
Was that the Jimmy Traore game?
That's the Traore game when he scores the old goal.
When he got his legs in a
backhills
knot,
it.
yes.
Yes, that was Gary Cahill's first ever game. So, he comes in at centre-half. I move to right-back, and he plays his first game, and it's like as if he'd been playing for years straight away. And I knew after that game, people said to me, how good is Cahill coming from Aston Villa on loan? I said, he'll play in the Premiership and he'll play for England. People kind of laughed at me at the time, but I could just tell how good he was straight away. He's come to Chelsea, and he pinched himself when he got that move. Don't underestimate, he was a good player, but he wouldn't have had the self-confidence to think, I can go to Chelsea and play for the next 10 years and win stuff. He actually pinched himself when he got here. And, every time he wins something, he's that type of level, grounded type of person that he'll really appreciate what he's done. And now he's got the full set, like you said, the Premiership. The Premiership to go with everything else. It's unbelievable for him, and the amount in the time he's done it in. I'd be surprised if there's any player that's gone to a club and won so many medals or won the full set as quickly as he's done at Chelsea.
More on Gary Cahill and the rest shortly. Right now, though, it is the man who has finally got a Premier League winners' medal. His name is Cesc Fabregas, and he's with Jason on the bus.
Cesc, 9 years at Arsenal, 1 trophy, 9 months at Chelsea, 2 trophies.
Well, I don't like to compare. I had a great time there. I'm enjoying my time here. It's great. It's a great first season for me, for the club. I think it's been very successful. So we're very happy, and now it's time to enjoy.
What about the Chelsea fans? You've even got your own song now, the Magic Hat song. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's nice to feel loved, to feel important. And I do feel that. I really appreciate it. All the support during the season, individually and collectively, through the fans has been outstanding, and I'm very, very proud of that.
In your first season, could you have wished it would go this well?
Well, you always want it to go well, for sure. And as I said, it's been a great season. Maybe the Champions League was a little bit disappointing, but this cannot take away that we've done a magnificent championship, and that we won the League Cup, which is always important.
And finally, what do you make of all the celery that's coming on?
Yeah. I'm used to it because when I was at Arsenal, we played the Carling Cup final against Chelsea, and in a corner, I was in the corner, and they were throwing me all of it in my head. And I didn't really understand it, but now they explained to me, so now it all makes sense.
Maybe that was your calling. The celery was your calling.
Maybe it was.
Enjoy the day. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
He had a bit of a ruck, as I recall, with Frank Lampard in that game. It was a feisty old cup final. It's the one where John Terry got smashed in the face and had to go off to hospital and then come back dazed and confused. And I think Toure, Adebayor and Mikel were all sent off, and Fabregas was indeed getting absolutely pelted taking that corner. It was a Cardiff, wasn't it? Raining down on him it was. It is again today. He's got the celery deflectors on, though, for Jason Cundy, the Ray-Ban twins there. Obviously, replacing Frank Lampard in a midfield is not possible. He's a totally different kind of player, Pat. But in his own way, even though it's not replacing Frank, it was everything that Chelsea needed in that position, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes when you've watched... I mean, I was talking to some friends last night about it and saying, look, have a look at what we've had in that base of that spine of that team. With Peter Cech, obviously, we've had JT, Frank and Didier up front. And there were many of the Chelsea fans out there thinking, we'll never see the like again. And maybe we never will see the like again. It will be slightly different. But there's more than one way, as they say in the business, to skin a cat. And okay, he isn't Frank Lampard, he's something completely different. But his ability to create opportunities is absolutely second to none. The statistics bear it out as well. There's a statistic that doesn't come through very often about Cesc Fabregas. Don't just look at the goals he makes, look at the assists to the assists.
Yes, the pass before the cross.
Yes, and it's massive. There's been times this season where I've looked at that and I've thought, when I'm doing the analysis, thinking, do you know what? The assist ball was just simply a pass across. The intelligent ball was the one before that, and quite often that was from Cesc. He's been really, really important. And the big thing is, our lads know that. I mean, the fans see it, but the players, boy, do they know that when that assist to the assist pass comes, they know exactly how important that is. He creates masses of space. It's a level of intelligence. It's almost like chess on a football field, the way he's playing just now. It's very special. He's not Frank. He's totally different from Frank, but you should always be yourself. He's a world-class player.
He is. I remember talking with Michael Emanalo a few years back when they were interested in Luka Modric, and it was exactly that he was talking about, the pass before the pass that comes from a deeper central midfielder. Right, from somebody who I reckon could play in there quite well, but doesn't tend to, not yet anyway, Oscar with Jason. Here he is.
Yeah, go for it. Oscar, sum up what this means to you today.
Very nice day, very... we need to deserve this because we play so well, the team plays so well, and this is so important for the club.
And of course you've got a load of Brazilians here as well. You must feel at home from home.
You don't speak English, man. 3 years here and you don't speak.
There's a load of Brazilians. How is the squad? It must be like a real harmonious squad.
It's nice. The squad is very nice. Every player is not just go for player. Everyone is friend, and this is the team, the beautiful team, the very good group, and this is important for us in this year.
And the squad, it seems really tight knit. It seems like it's been a real team effort.
Yeah, the team. I think all the team have your important for the Champions of Premier League, and today we need to deserve this.
Enjoy your summer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And here at base, I have Oscar's biggest fan with me, Pat Nevin. You can go for as long as you like.
I am a huge fan of Oscar, and I've heard a few people saying one or two negative things this season, and even last time when he got a little bit tired at various points. I mean, I really do think he can be and will be and is a world-class player, but we have got so much to see from that player. His vision, his tackling ability, his passion, his intelligence, skills, everything he's got. He is a thoroughly modern midfielder who, and when Jose Mourinho said just last week he could go on to a level where Hazard is just now, he's not going to be the same type of player, but he could go on to a level of being noted throughout the world as being one of the top players. I really do believe that. I strongly believe that, and I've thought that all along. I was so happy that Jose said that, because I can see it in there, but he's never had that rest. He's never had that start to a season. A whole break over the summer, a good pre-season under his belt. He's going to get it this season. Finally, next year, you're going to see it. If he stays free from injury, boy, what a special player we've got. And I'm really, really looking forward. Because if anyone can remember, right at the start when he came in, he kept on scoring these brilliant goals, usually in European football for us. He is a very, very special player, and I'm hyper excited about him. And he didn't even look particularly worried there about the celery being thrown at him, which I was impressed. Do you know what? You would throw celery because he looks a nice looking lad that wouldn't beat you up. But see behind him, Diego Costa. Yeah. You wouldn't take a chance of throwing it celery at Diego, would you really?
I wonder if he might lob a bit back today. With some interest back. On Oscar, Pat touched on it there. I heard Jose saying the other day, he's going to have a summer. He's going to finally have a summer, and people do forget that. And I know a lot of people go, "Oh, footballers tired and all that business. I don't want to hear it," and they should go to a factory.
No, big factor.
And I mean, it's not about that, is it? It's you can't perform to your 9 or 10 out of 10 if you are that knackered. And he played sort of 60 odd, then 70 Olympic Games, World Cup. He played every single game for Brazil. So I mean, this summer he's also actually had the last 3 games off as well. Jose could have played him, and he thought, you know what? I'm not going to, and then lengthen that summer for him. And he's right, isn't he, Pat? I think we're going to see a very special Oscar next year.
That's man management for you with Jose there. He recognises the situation. But one thing for sure is, when Oscar has played, he's played his part. And you look at highlights of Chelsea's goals this season, when I've seen them over the last, week or so, 10 days, when all the highlights of the goals of the seasons and stuff like that, it's amazing how many of them that Oscar's involved in, being the one that either makes that assist pass or the assist -1, I call it, as well, the Fabregas one that you're just talking about. He's involved in a lot of goals, and for what he's done at the club, playing a lot of games regularly, this season he's played more of a bit part, but he's still played a major part. One thing I love about Oscar, you think about there's 4 positions in midfield: a holding position, the number 10, or a wide side. He can play any one of them positions comfortably. The manager can pick him either side in that number 10 role as a holding midfield player. Them sort of players are priceless, and he can do a lot.
They certainly are. Someone else who's priceless, speaking of holding midfielders, here's a bloke who, when he came in the window, we thought he'd be a squad player for a little while, maybe replacing Essien or Van Hinkel. He came straight in, and I think he surprised everybody really with how quickly he was so integral to the side. Nemanja Matic talking to Jason Cundy. Here he is.
Nemanja, being the tallest on here, you must really struggle with all this celery.
It's easy for me. For William, it's a little bit problem, but okay.
What have you made of this season?
It's fantastic. I think we did a great job. And we are very happy because we won the league and the cup, so I hope that we will continue like this, because this is amazing, and you can see a lot of people is on the streets, so
and the Chelsea fans, they've come out in their tens of thousands to celebrate with you guys as well.
Yeah, this is why we win this, and this is for them, of course, and I can say just I feel fantastic in this moment, so I will try to repeat next season again.
And of course, next season, as you mentioned there, the stakes go even higher to retain the title, #1 aim.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to repeat, but we will give our best.
Listen, congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you.